What is the emotion anger supposed to be used for? Anger, a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Let's get into the word. Ephesians 4:26, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So that means that when you're angry, it's supposed to forgive. But it's okay to be angry. Verse 27, and do not give the devil a foothold. Because when we stay mad past the sun going down, or night, you know what I'm saying, when you wake up tomorrow, we give the devil a foothold. John 2:14. This was Jesus. Jesus got angry. What? Say what? Yes, sir. John 2:14. And he found in the temple those who sold oxen and sheep, doves, and the money changers doing business. Verse 15. And so I'm reading like parts of them. And poured out the changers' money and overturned the tables. Jesus wasn't no punk. Neither should we be punks either. You know what I'm saying? I heard one pastor talking about being a spiritual punk. That's another video. Verse 16, he said to those who sold the doves, take these things away. Do not make my father's house a merchandise. Had an exclamation point. So you know what that means. So we all went to school. So verse 17, then his disciples remembered that it was written, zeal for your house has eaten me up. John 15:18, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Verse 17, this is my command, love one another. It's not always easy to love people that are not easy to be loved. Verse 19, if you were of the world, it would love you as its own. Instead, the world hates you because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. See, God wanted to use you for a purpose. 1 John 3:13. So do not be surprised, brothers and sisters, if the world hates you. So remember I said, the world catches us by surprise, but the world never catches God by surprise. Luke 6:34. If you lend to them whom you hope to receive in return, what thanks do you have? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But one thing I learned is like, we give to people, how come when we give to like homeless people or something like that, or, we don't expect nothing in return. And I've been there where if you've helped people out and you help them out like 10 times out of 10, and then you expect them to help you out and they don't help you out. You like, what the heck, man? Like I know people we should say all the time, oh, well, let me know if you need something. And then I literally needed something and there was nowhere to be found. Like, why do you just say that? Maybe God is trying to show you who's really around you or who people really are. But what if we gave and didn't expect in return? Now, understand this. God does want you to use discernment because he don't want nobody just to drain and use you and just do it like that. So you can give, but God wants us to get us to the place where we can give without expecting in return. Luke 6:35, but love your enemies and do good and lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great, and you shall be the children of the highest. He is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. I know y'all know some people that y'all have done some things for and they were unthankful. You be like, what? Are you serious? I was talking to somebody, they was like, I hold the door for people. And when they'll say thank you, I'll be like, and you're welcome. Like she was like, and you're welcome. I'm like, did you really have to like shake your head? But it's all good. Verse 36, be merciful just as your Father is merciful. So the same mercy that God's given us, he wants us to give them. Remember, we're an example. We must be a light. Light can't be under the hill, under the table. It's supposed to be on top. Verse 37, judge not or condemn not. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Now understand this. When we forgive them, that does not mean that they're right. That's powerful. When we forgive them, that does not mean that they're right. Verse 38, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure pressed down and shaken together and running over shall men give unto your bosom. For with the same measure that you give, it shall be measured to you again. So what that's saying is, if you give this, somebody's going to give back to you. God sees everything. And watch this. This is powerful. Proverbs 19:7, kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will repay the lender. Let me read that again. Kindness to the poor is a loan to the Lord, and he will repay the lender. So what you saying, God? You saying if I do something for them, you gonna pay me back? Think about it. God ain't gonna be in debt to you. So God is going to pay you back. It might not come back in the form of money, but imagine this. If you give it to somebody, and even if they don't pay you back, God going to pay you back. Trust and believe. God is never going to be in debt to us. 2 Timothy 1:6. Therefore, I remind you to stir up the gift of God which is inside you through the laying of hands. Verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So God says stir up the gift, right? So this drink, it says shake well. Why? Because if you don't shake it, it won't taste good. The nutrients and everything is at the bottom. So thus it has to be shaken up. So that's some pressure. That's some people. That's some situation. That's some trials. That's some circumstances. That's your job. That's some of your family members. That's some of your so-called friends. That's all of that. God has to shake it up. Why? Because when you are shaken up, the best results come out. The best results. Remember, we told you what anger is: a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. But watch this. So a battery has a negative and a positive. Watch this. It says electrons are negatively charged and so are attracted to the positive end of a battery and repelled by the negative end. So when the battery is hooked up to something that lets the electrons flow through it, they flow from negative to positive. That might just be a hater. That might just be a temporary enemy. Because I was looking at enemies in the dictionary and it says anybody causing hatred in your life. So watch this. Why do we need the emotion anger? It is used to do something positive. So that's right. Anytime something makes you mad, you're supposed to do something positive. Think about it. It's a very dangerous emotion because if you stay angry too long, bitterness can come in. The enemy can sow some thoughts. We hear all the time. Some people say, oh, it's no more good people in the world. No, it's just a couple people that just acting like that. But watch this. If you need a jump from my battery, right, I got to connect the positive and the negative, right, which creates the spark. And then you're good. So once a hater hates on you and you find out, all they was there was that negative energy to create the spark. That's it. Because think about it. If I give you a jump for your battery on your vehicle and your battery is good, if your battery is running, you ain't going to say, Lope, I need you to jump my battery again. Why? Your battery is running. Nah, but it's not working right. I need you. Nah, it's working. You don't need a jump again. Just use that negative energy to create the spark. That's it. The negative and the positive. To create the spark. To do something positive. That's all it's supposed to be used for. That's all haters are supposed to be used for. We ain't supposed to talk about them every day, or, you know what I'm saying? We spend more time giving them praise than God. Like, oh yeah, I'm thankful. Listen, haters is just going to be haters. That's why it's having anger towards everyone reaching success. And remember, God has to stir up the gift inside you. Because think about it. If you don't stir this up correctly, it's not going to taste right. It tastes better when it's stirred up. So God has to stir you up. That's why he knows the right situations, the right people allowed to cross your path to get you to stir up the gift. You have to understand. God wants to get a piece to you. Because when you catch that, and when you catch that spark, you like, all right, thank you. I got that spark now. Watch this. John 16:33. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world. So understand that God already knew situations was gonna come. But when you can get to the point where you can bless somebody without expecting in return, you ain't gonna get mad if they're unthankful. Just like when we give to a homeless person or something like that, somebody that's in very need, or you in the store and they don't have enough, and you say, here, I'll pay for it. Think about it. They good. That's how we should be. And listen, I've been there. I've helped people and I expect them to help me back. And I'm like, dang, like, look, I only need, listen, I helped you like 20 times, but then I need it one time. Like, and you can't even help me. But God was trying to produce something inside me. I'm telling you. Again, anger is used to do something positive. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't let it consume you or make you bitter. Because remember, God's giving you a promise that if you love him, all things will work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose, for those that love him. Romans 8:28. So that means that no matter what, if you love God, it's all going to work out to your good. And every now and then, God will do, how do I want to say it? Spiritual inventory check. So you know how like when you working and then they do it in secret, like a secret inspection and you wasn't ready, you know, when the inspection people come, that's what God does in your life. He allows a situation to come and it's like inventory check. All right, so I helped this person. Now they want to act funny. Oh, okay. God bless you. I see how it is. I see how I got to handle you just in this situation now. Don't let this stuff catch you off guard. But again, let that do something positive. Don't stop being you. Because God is trying to produce a better you. He's going to continue working on us every day. Every day. So he has to, it says the trying of patience, work patience. And if you ask God for patience, he's going to give you more opportunity to gain patience. God knows the right people to bring in your face to get you to gain patience. Now watch this. You can always ask God, God, help me to deal with these people. Because he created them. Now, they had their choice, make their own decisions, but he created them. Love y'all. God bless. Do something positive. Don't never let a hater make you bitter. Do something positive. They said you can't do it. Go do it. And don't even tell them that you, aha, look what I did. Don't even say that. Trust me, they'll find out. Haters love to find out what happened, what's going on.